Hey, this is Blaine from Buckeye Nation. I'm going to be bringing you a series of attacks. Basically, what you're going to want to do is look for a base where two of the using 4 earthquake spells, or also you could use a jump. I prefer the earthquake. Earthquake never expires. Once it's opened, troops will funnel to that area. Now you want to find the side where the queen is, because you're going to want to send your kill squad in. Take out the air defense, the queen. It's going to earthquake this area right here. It's going to open it all up. And that way you'll get this air defense, clan castle troops, and you will also kill the queen all in one. The most important part about any attack, basically, is creating your funnel with your golems and your wizards. You're obviously going to call your golems to distract defenses, and you're going to want to clear out these outbuildings here, so when you do deploy your heroes, they go directly. See, by him using that EQ, it completely opens up both air defenses completely to core. Can take down pretty. One important thing to note, once you do break that wall and you're going to send in your heroes, one thing I like to do is, if you can, obviously you can deploy your queen, but if you can, wait with the king a little bit, because you want the golems to move a little faster than the golems. He likes to rush in there. When he rushes in, if that dragon locks on, you're going to lose a lot of health off that king. There's a couple different spells you can use with this. You can use a rage and a heal, 2 rages. Some people like to use. All right, his golem's got the 1, his queen got the 2nd AD. Now you got the base of your attack done here. Now this is for the next part. 3 hounds, between 12 and 14 balloons. Obviously, you deploy these hounds after the air defenses. You're going to want to send your hounds in. You're going to want to bring them in different patterns. So when the hounds come in, it's going to go all the way across here, and it's going to pick up any air mines or any air bombs that are along the way. That way your loons don't run into them, because the loons go down quick with those. There's 1 drop from each of those balloons to destroy any of the defenses, besides the expos right here. And another thing you want to remember is the position of the air sweeper. You do not want to be fighting that. That can be a pain when it keeps blowing your loons back, and that can actually make or break an attack. So what we're going to do here, we're going to let this attack play out, and you'll see how he brings his hounds in from different angles. You're going to want to send 2 on the first one, and then save the last hound for the 3rd one. Now, if the air defenses happen to be at the same time, so you don't get 2 ADs pounding on one of these lavas. And the trick is, you do want your hounds to pop, because then you get those pups that explode. You don't have enough loons left. You can run out of time in this. Fortunately, all of his hounds didn't pop. It's not a big deal. But if a lot of those pups get killed during the attack, it can really be pushing the time limits with this. Normally with this attack, if it's a well spread out base, you usually have about 20 done and over with in under 2 minutes. As you can see, those little pups are doing a lot of work there. Alright, we'll go on to the next one. This one's from Blue. He does a little different version of the max attack here. So sometimes troops can kind of get wonky when it comes to that jump. Queen can get stuck by clearing those buildings and she'll miss her jump. But you'll see here, he does pretty successful with his jump here. He's obviously going on the side that has the queen. Both air defenses are here. Clan Castle troops, he'll end up TC troops. Created a nice funnel now, so when he drops his king, it doesn't want to wander on him. You'll see that jump allows him to get to both compartments to get both ADs. And he gets a bonus in this one. He gets to take down one of the Expos. That's another thing you want to make sure too. If you can find a base like this with on ground, a lot of the times they lock right on those hounds anyway. Those stupid lava hounds in CC can be a pain when it comes to this. Those little pups can multiple ways to do this. Doesn't really matter on this because the ADs aren't overlapping, and you just got to be careful not to make your balloons clump too much on this. It's a very powerful attack. As you can see, he's got his little lava pups going around, doing massive cleanup, and I mean, he's still got his queen alive on this too. So he's got plenty of time to clean this attack right up. We'll speed it up here. Alright, the next one we have here is PG Fighter. He's one of our recently turned 9.5s. Doing some cleanup work here for us. What you'll notice that I missed in the beginning is he just sent a hog to pull the CC, knowing there's a dragon, a loon in there. That way you can go ahead and just poison them. Using double poison, it'll kill all of the CC, and the dragon will also go down. He's doing a little different version of this attack here. Like I said, there's many variations you can mix and match with this. Being a 9.5, he's got a little bit different troop capacity, so it makes it a lot easier for him. He's going to go ahead and start a queen walk on this one. Basically, he's going to be cleaning and coming here, and he's going to bring his kill squad in here, and eventually his kill squad. There he goes, and he EQs the whole section out, which gives him access to, actually, it's nice, he gets a sweeper, he gets a Expo, he gets the king, he gets the queen, he also gets a wizard tower, and possibly can take down a third AD on this one. For all those Town Hall 9s that are interested in doing the queen walk, it's a very powerful. I wouldn't recommend doing it with a queen below level 15. Then it's still kind of tough. But once you have your queen at 20, and you bring 4 healers along with you, you can get a lot of damage done. Now on his max attack that he's doing here, he actually got an extra AD with his queen. So he's going to have 3 ADs down, allowing him only needing to bring 1 hound with him. A little bit bigger kill squad, go a little farther into the base and do a little bit more damage that way. You can pretty much wipe out about 50% of a base just with your kill squad on this attack from opening it up like that with the earthquake. And you'll see that Expo's just locked right on him, not even aiming at his other troops, which is perfect because his healers just keep healing him. So there goes the second AD. Also gets a couple Teslas in here, which is a bonus because they do serious damage to balloons. So now he's got both air sweepers. Looking like he's going to get the third air defense. So he got 3 of the air defenses. Expo, 2 sweepers, Clan Castle troops, both heroes. And he also got the third Expo. Here he is dropping a couple loons on the back end. Bringing in his hound here. Now, in most cases, depending how the pathing is to the air defense that you're trying to get with the loons. You don't necessarily have to drop any balloons on the cannons because they're obviously not going to be able to shoot your balloons. But if it is in the way of the pathing to get your balloons to that air defense quick, you're definitely going to want to drop 2 per defense. Alright. I'm going to use that EQ spell. I know I said it before, but we'll just go ahead and break it down for all you that are trying to learn this attack. Notice where the expos are. You're always going to want to do that. Notice if they're air or ground. Locate both air defenses on the queen side. Perfect. We got 2. EQ opens up all the way to the core. 2 air defenses on the other side. It's actually pretty nice because they're close enough to the outside edge. It can be tough if they have a lot of defenses in front of them because your hounds will really get hammered. But we'll go ahead and, like I said, the most important part too of this, doing this attack, is creating that funnel to make sure your heroes make it to the core. And make sure you watch where splash damage is on this one. Obviously, a failed wall breaker attempt can really ruin your attack and turn it into a 0-star real quick. I always watch and try to get any wizard towers or mortars to lock onto the golem away from the corner that I'm breaking. So if I have a corner I want to break, obviously you're going to want to keep your kill squad off of that so you don't have any wall breaker fail. You can see that mortar and wiz tower are locked on away from the corner that I'm breaking. So your wall breaker is just going untouched. Perfect funnel. Now, with mine, a lot of people ask me why I use heal. They say it's not needed, not a big deal. We're only bringing a few wizards along, so you don't have that much of power housing depending on what's in the CC. I like to have the wizards alive, so if a dragon comes out, it doesn't eat up my kill squad. So you also got to notice that there is a mortar there that will be smashing into your wizards. So, and you can see I have the delayed king. All the kill squads going in. Got my queen. Get my golems to trip the CC. Perfect. I don't use poisons very often. The only time I use poisons is when I'm doing a go-ho attack. Besides that, I mean, under rage and heal, that dragon balloon don't stand a chance.